The swift step to be able to get back to your team as fast as possible, but with no sustainable ultimates here, you're really making sure you're not going to get caught by HeeSang's EMP.
Oh, there's that EMP. Ojee goes down. Sam goes down too. UltraViolet also in the line of sight of that EMP as Proper is going to clean up Shock. HeeSang going to be able to clean up the rest of the team as the Shock get that second round. But what an ult with the Rampage.
That healing coming in from UltraViolet, but when you are also able to pair that anti with strong DPS choices like Proper in the backline, being able to follow up not only on those antis, but also onto the EMP, like that's just an ace right there. You can see that actually Toronto Defiant splitting up a lot with the information that the EMP is ready.
Oh, here comes the EMP. It's found Coluge and Ojee here, but didn't get the impact maybe that they were looking for. Junbin goes nom nom on the Speedily pulse bump here. Comes the Nano Boost now coming in on top of Proper. He is melting down the backline. Somebody help them. The insurance policy is not in their favor. The remake also is going to be able to find Coluge's mech there too, and the Shock are going to be able to clear out this next corner from the Defiant.
Has this EMP online, so you're going to see the Defiant start to come towards them, try to group them up a little bit, corral them into a corridor that Hydron could really hit this.
That was a huge pulse bomb pick. Yeah, from Proper, and they just melt the floor with the rest of the Defiant. The Shock now not only saw right through Defiant's plants necro, but they were able to hold still on top of the high ground and find those picks one by one, starting with the back line with that pulse bomb.
Yeah, I gotta see the replay of this because HeeSang basically just said, oh, you want to wrap around us? Oh, that's weird. How about I just kill you instead? Sink their feet into the sand, but they do have a pulse bomb, and they also have a great way to split up the Defiant so that the Shock can play on their own terms. Where are those Dragon Strikes gonna go here? HeeSang has a really nice angle to be able to make sure that the Defiant are kept at bay.
Speedily just waiting. He's got that pulse bomb ready, but Proper helping out Vindaim, trying to get through that corridor. Gary goes to stick onto Max. He took enough damage right there to get that follow-up. Dragon trying to split up the Defiant. Huge anti, though, onto the backline of Ojee and UltraViolet as Proper cleans up the rest of them. Defiant losing out on their supports will have that sustainability, and it's going to have to be a quick reset right here. But again, it's the follow-up and the bread and butter that we've been seeing between Finn and Proper, that synergy that you were talking about earlier.
There we go. I mean, this is definitely working for them right now, and I think that I still had some questions about whether or not Shock were able to get these dives in sync, but it feels like they finally figured out their mojo, and that's a great opener.
Oh, huge, with Ojee UltraViolet going down again as the first pick, even after that Nano Boost was utilized there too. Finn gonna be able to clean up the rest of the Shock, and it's gonna be another reset here for the Defiant.
When you look at the amount of damage output from either team, the sound barriers are going to be super key. We've got 2 minutes left. San Francisco Shock need to win this team fight here. We've got the Death Blossom. They've got 4 ultimates to do it, but sound barrier to strike first.
Ojee and Vindaim to keep the sustainability with their barriers. Coluge is so low, but the coalescence from Finn is going to help Junbin stay in this fight. Here comes the Death Blossom from HeeSang. He rains from the high ground all the way down below. Spins to win as the rest of the fight get wiped out.
Junbin has switched over to the Junker Queen, so being able to limit some of the damage output of the Defiant, but the Kitsune Rush coming out first here from UltraViolet. Is this enough?
And Coluge also popping the Primal right before he got hacked here too. He falls so low, he needs to get away in time here. Junbin also gets hacked by Hydron. Sustainability is there for the Defiant, while UltraViolet is just trying to hold on to the back end here with Ojee helping him out. It's Proper to try to split them up as the EMP comes in here from HeeSang. Proper sends out the pulse bomb. They find 3 picks already. The Defiant nowhere to stay on top of this point as the Shock are still able to secure that and flip it in their favor.
The Nano Blade is going to be really impactful here, yes, but you're also looking at UltraViolet's Batiste as a way to kind of stave that off. The Immortality Field will buy some time here for the Defiant to work around that, but also if you're able to get these picks outright, then I think you prefer that too.
Oh, Finn having to back away in time. Hydron having the high ground. He finally drops down for me too, but he can get equally just get right back on top of that. The Immortality Field, like you mentioned, helping them out, but a huge anti from Finn helps the Shock clear the rest of the Defiant out inside of that choke point. Just up to Speedily. Now he's going to meet the rest of the team in the lobby, and now Shock are going to be able to take control of this point, but the Defiant did get at least 47% on board.
That's a lot of percentage to work with, especially when you know that you have great crowd control available with the May Blizzard coming online, and you also have the sustain from the sound barrier as well. UltraViolet's also going to make a switch here. No longer wants to go for something like the Batiste, but the Kiriko instead. So looking at a little bit more mobility when you're trying to play around this high ground, just have that swift step available.
Don't fret. I see you.
Been taking these cheeky head angles too, just in case.
You're powered
They
up.
drop from the high ground here, give that nano boost over to Junbin, who leaps right on top of there. Coluge tries to go for the pin as the Blizzard comes out. Junbin is still alive. The Shatter, the Blizzard, and now the sound barrier from Defiant to allow the rest of the team to clear up Junbin, who is this raid boss on the high ground. The fact that he stayed alive for so long, you gotta give that credit over to Finn and Vindaim. The nano boost, the primal that was used up by Junbin here too. Ojee got hit with a huge anti, and the Proper clears out the rest of the side room, cleaning up the Defiant in another team fight.
Well, that was the Nano Blade you were looking for, Vicky, and there was no Batiste online anymore to even stand a chance against that.
The sound barrier comes in from Defiant. We're reaching that final fight territory, Necra, and the Shock right now are in the driver's seat, but they lost out on both of their backlines now. Finn and Vindaim going down is huge here for the Defiant to take control.
Good to see Defiant try to keep contesting this point, but Junbin is still able to throw some hands. That's buying time for the Shock to be able to come back into this one.
Oh, they gotta find Junbin. Okay, I was gonna say he lived for a while right there too. Coluge finds him here. Hydron didn't die for nothing after he used that EMP. Proper's still staying alive. Here comes a sound barrier. The overtime ticking away, and Proper's still alive. It's an issue. When Proper wakes up, you know that you're in trouble. The EMP now coming in from HeeSang. He finds two. Defiant out from Coluge. They lose out on Speedily. Hydron's about to meet them back in the spawn, as well as Ojee, and nobody left from Defiant to hold up to the point as a San Francisco Shock are your first winners for our first series to open up the Overwatch League season.
Amazing stuff. We got a map 5, we got a competitive series, and Proper. Got to give so much credit to this player, Vicky, because not only did we have high hopes for him coming into his second season of the Overwatch League as MVP, as Alarm Rookie of the Year, and also just a player on everybody's radars, but he showed up again today in a huge way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, I know it's been 6 months, but not much can change. I mean, this is Proper we're talking about at the end of the day. He even went, one map with just dying once on the Tracer. He's actually insane. So incredibly talented player out here, showing up that he still has the stuff in the bag with the rest of this team. Working together too. Now he can act like the veteran, as this is his second year in the Overwatch League with the rest of the rookies here in the O2 lineup. Love to see this from Proper. Love to see the impact that he's had. No surprise too, we saw what he was doing to the backline of the Defiant. I mean, if I was UltraViolet and Ojee, I was not having the time of my life, but I for sure know that Proper was. He really came out. Those pulse bomb attach rate 78%. I mean, come on, look at the deaths, 2.3 on average.
Are you kidding me? These stats are monstrous.